Hey, what is up guys, it's Silversun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a review on the new Gravity Falls episode, weirdmageddon Part 1. Now, obviously this episode starts right where the last episode left off, and I have to say this episode pretty much did kind of live up to the hype, at least from what I've seen, and basically it just starts off, you know, Mabel gets captured by Bill and is pretty much put into this little bubble, like this little prison room basically, and then Dipper and Stanford are pretty much just like thinking and like trying to come up with a plan on how to stop Bill and stuff like that, and pretty much Stanford's thinking, we gotta stop Bill first and stuff like that, but then Dipper's just like, no, I want to save Mabel, but eventually they do go and try to stop Bill. But first, one thing I really had to say that was really cool is how they changed the intro, from Dipper, Mabel, and Stan, all that, to Bill and pretty much his monster friends and everything like that. And I just thought it was kind of cool how they just switched it up like that. It was pretty cool. So pretty much, Dipper and Stanford have one shot at this, and they pretty much use this gun that can only fire like once, and then they miss, unfortunately. And basically, Bill, notices this, and then he's just like, oh, you two are trying to stop me and stuff like that. He's like, you can't. And basically, he turns Stanford into like this golden little back scratcher. Basically, I was surprised. Like, I actually thought he was gonna kill him at first, but thankfully he didn't. But he just left Dipper there pretty much, and he was just saying like, oh, what are you gonna do and stuff like that. You can't stop me and everything. Especially since he burnt the journals like right in front of him and stuff like that, so he didn't really have much of a way. And speaking of that, I hope that they don't beat him. Well, I mean, I hope that they do, obviously, but like, I just hope they don't beat him as easily as they beat him before. Like the first time with kittens and tickles and stuff like that. It was pretty much like just really one-sided in that part. So Gideon is finally released from prison. He finally breaks out due to the help of, Weirdmageddon and everything. While Dipper is pretty much just wandering around the streets, with all the monsters lurking around and everything. He's trying to hide and like trying to find someone that could help him, rescue Mabel, and basically he finds Wendy in the mall, this abandoned mall. And I don't know if it's me or not, but it kind of reminds me of The Last of Us and stuff like that. The little mall, with Ellie and everything. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of that basically. But yeah, pretty much they're just talking about stuff, and they're just saying like, oh, this happened to me when the apocalypse happened and everything, and like, it's just craziness and stuff. And so pretty much they, band together and try to help each other, so that then they can rescue Mabel. But before all that happens, basically Bill's just hanging out, just having a party in his little pyramid castle mansion, basically with all his little monster friends, like he said he would and stuff like that. And then pretty much he's just saying, he's not worried what Dipper's gonna do, which I think is kind of stupid because he already defeated him twice. I mean, sure, the odds of Dipper beating Bill right now at least are like really slim, but still, he had him right there. I know why he didn't kill him, basically. Obviously it's a kid show, you can't just kill off the main character for any show. Basically, I just don't see why he didn't do it when he had the chance. But anyways, pretty much, I didn't mention this at first, but pretty much Blendon's just going around time trying to get some people that could help him. And the first people he gets is the time anomaly removal crew with Time Baby and all of them and stuff like that. And this is something I actually wanted to see for a while, the Time Baby versus Bill, because in the book, in the Dipper and Maple's non-stop guide to fun, I believe that's what it's called, they pretty much said like, the Time Baby is afraid of Bill and everything like that. So I just wanted to see how that would happen, like these two, beings, these two powerful beings, going going off and trying to fight. And basically it was just like no contest. Like, I feel bad for the people who were like kind of rooting for Time Baby because Bill pretty much just like annihilated him. He just like I think he blinked or something. Like, he pretty much just killed him in like an instant basically. And yeah, it was just crazy. I had a feeling he might do something like that. He might, because he just seems way too powerful and everything like that. Also, I thought that he actually was gonna get like a literal like physical form, like a human body or something like that. But thankfully he didn't, because if he did, I would have said that would have been like a pretty big disadvantage there in most parts, because we've already seen what happened before. He tired out, and his human body couldn't really last him that long and stuff like that. So I wouldn't really see the benefit of getting a human body. So pretty much he just stayed in his regular body. Meanwhile, Dipper and Wendy pretty much go to this abandoned car place, this little junkyard basically, and they try to find a car that they can use. But while this is happening, pretty much Bill sent out Gideon, because he got released from prison. I don't recall them ever making a deal really and stuff like that. Like, because I mean, I know he said like he was ready to make a deal, but we never really got to see what that deal was and stuff like that. But anyways, pretty much he's just told by Bill to, protect, the pyramid and stuff like that, saying, don't let anyone get near it and everything, stop them and stuff. And some of the jokes were pretty funny, just seeing like, um Gideon's country accent basically, and like his little like he doesn't really have a neck, like it's just like his chin and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of funny, but basically they get into this car and they pretty much just have a chase sequence, and stuff like that. And while they're driving towards the bubble, the Mabel's bubble, they pretty much just go through all these different bubbles. And some people were saying that, these would be time bubbles or something like that. Like how they said in the episode before, with blending and stuff like that. But it wasn't. It was basically just like different, like random dimensional, different bubble kinds of things. And it was kind of funny, like the visuals that they did and stuff like that. When they went through the bubbles and everything like that. And I have to say, the visuals in general in this episode are just really cool. I like all the imagery and everything, with all the monsters and everything, especially with Bill and his, like, animation and everything is just really cool. But basically, they pretty much just have to get over this big cliff, in order to make it to the other side to go get Mabel. And somehow they survive. I'm pretty, like, surprised and stuff like that. But basically, they survive it, and Seuss is there. He's pretty much just like, I don't know, like it's not really explained too. Like he's just there, I guess, and he's pretty much just like saying like, oh, I just been helping random people, because I guess that's what he does, during a time of crisis. And basically, all three of them go up into, um, it's pretty much on the railroad tracks basically. So they go there and they go into the bubble. And one thing that I noticed at the behind them before they went in, I'm pretty sure it said dead end on the sign. So that might be a clue. Maybe something might happen. Maybe they might reach a dead end in the next part. Oh yes. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention is pretty much Gideon's, now good. Basically, they convinced him, you can't be doing all these evil things because if you do that, then how will Mabel ever like you and stuff like that? She needs a hero and stuff like that. And so pretty much he's just like, okay, I'll try it and see if it works and everything like that. All in all, I had to say I really enjoyed this episode, from the story to the animation to the jokes and everything. It was just really funny and really entertaining. I liked the whole, weird Mageddon kind of aspect to it. All the different monsters and different designs and everything was just really cool to see. Gravity Falls in this like apocalyptic state, something that we've all, basically been hyping up since I think from like the beginning of season 2 or the end of season 1 basically. Not from the very beginning, but still pretty close. But basically I just really enjoyed this episode and I can't wait for the next part. I wonder what they're gonna see at the end, like in that bubble and stuff like that, like what's gonna happen, everything. I wanna see how they finally defeat Bill for like the final time. I'm not quite sure how many parts there's gonna be. Maybe there might be 3 parts. I'm actually hoping there are, but there might, I don't know, there might be 2, who knows. This episode, in all honesty, it didn't feel like rushed. Like I liked all of it, but like with all the stuff that just happened in this one part, it just seemed kind of much. But still, it was pretty good, and I had to say it was a really good episode, and I'd really recommend it to all you Gravity Falls fans. And if you guys aren't Gravity Falls fans, then I can't recommend it to you. You gotta watch the first couple of episodes in order to understand, what's going on, because it's weird and crazy and stuff like that, stuff that's going on now. But yeah, basically that's pretty much it. So until the next one, guys, Silver Sun is out.